Hey crew, it's Pitt, and I'm back with today's tarot for the INFP alternate for the week of July the 27th through the 2nd. We will be pulling 8 cards from the feminine deck, 8 cards from the masculine deck, in order to get a better understanding of what's going on in our lives and what steps we can take in order to manifest our highest timelines. But before we begin, if you are unfamiliar with me, if this is the first time you've seen my smiling face, or if you are unfamiliar with what the words ideas, old, flexible, informative, or self mean, then you don't know what your type is, and you probably need to fall back to the video where I talk about how you've probably been doing MBTI incorrectly. With that being said, let us dive in. In the base, from the feminine, we have the 3 of Wands. In the sacral, we are looking at the 6 of Wands. In the solar plexus, we have the 2 of Pentacles. In the heart, we have the 5 of Swords. In the throat, we have the 7 of Pentacles. In the third eye, we have the Page of Cups. In the crown, we have the 6 of Pentacles. And rounding out our message from the Divine Feminine on the bottom of the deck, we have the Temperance card in reverse. Now I'm going to get a quick couple of shuffles with the masculine deck so that we can make sure that all the cards are exactly where they need to be, so that we can find out what actions that we can take with the existing situation in order to bring about our highest timelines in accordance with Spirit. And so, let us see what the message is from the Divine Masculine. Beginning at the crown, we have the 8 of Wands. In the third eye, we have the Hermit. In the throat, we have the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. In the heart, we have the 3 of Swords. In the solar plexus, we have the 6 of Wands in the reverse. In the sacral, we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. And in the base, we have the High Priestess in the reverse. And rounding out our message from the Divine Masculine, we have the Page of Cups in the reverse. So, let's see what the cards are telling us. We begin in the base. The base is the base existence. It is whether or not you have a home to live in. It is whether or not you have food provided to you. It is whether or not you have a job. It is the base existence, things that you need to survive. It is also the area dealing with love and wrath. And for some people, you may be putting too much affection into some things, or you haven't had that affection returned. For you in particular, as an INFP alternate, that is going to be dealing with the current or the new things. And so, we have a 3 of Wands. Now, Wands represent Spirit, Fire, Life, Light logos. It is literally change. The 3 is about learning about that change, and you have it in the reverse. Now, in the standing tall position, he is looking forward to his investments returning. He has made a choice, and he is learning whether or not they are going to be good. He is waiting for his ships to return. He's standing on the cliff over the edge. He has made the choice with 2 of the Wands, and he is holding the third one, waiting for the result. He is waiting to learn what is coming. You, however, are not learning. You are not making that progress. You are not stepping forward into your power. There is something about your job that you are not learning about. There is some kind of a change in your position that you are not comprehending. You are not taking that energy in. And that is clarified by the High Priestess in reverse. Now, the High Priestess is a 2 card. 2s are about choices. The first 7 cards in the major arcana have to deal with pentacles, so it has to deal with your work life. It has to deal with your job, something along those lines. Base existence again, earth. When she is standing upright, she's here perfectly balanced between the pillars of Boaz and Yakin. She is in her authority. She is making the choice to be the magician. You, however, are not making that choice, right? You have made a choice about change, but it is not necessarily going in the right direction. This is that choice still needing to be made in the right way. This is you are waiting for a situation that may not ever come in, right? It is in the reverse of waiting for the situation. And so you need to make a choice. The masculine, the gold cards here, tell us what we need to be doing. This is the current situation. This is what we can do about that situation. That's going to bring us into the sacral. Now, the sacral is got to do with sexual things. It is lust and chastity. So you may be overtaking a little bit with the carnal pleasures or not participating in them at all. Neither one of those are exactly correct. You're supposed to be balanced. For you, this area is governed by what you think, your logical processes. You are going to be misusing, completely choosing the wrong things, right? But this is also about what you want to create in the world, right? The sacral position is about generation. In the same way that you generate a child, you are wanting to generate a project or an idea or whatever it happens to be for you. Now, what we have is the Six of Wands. Again, change. But this is about overcoming a challenge. You are currently in the middle of a challenge. Something to do with this not understanding this change and you're looking for a result that is not going to come, right? This is overcoming a challenge in the current process. So you are facing a challenge that you are currently overcoming. It can have to do with an interpersonal relationship, such as a spouse, right? It's in the sexual area, lust and chastity. But it doesn't have to be. It can be a business venture. For some people, it absolutely will be a business venture. This is about overcoming and growth in that position and the action that you can take in order to do so. There is an idea that you need to reject, right? This is nurture the idea. Queen of Swords. Swords is soul, air, ideas, and thought. The Queen is about you're almost done with the path. You have overcome the challenges. Now it's time to nurture those lessons, right? The things that you have learned, to really internalize them before you go out and master with the queen, with the king. And this is you not internalizing that, right? You are not taking this thought in. And that is the action that you need to take, is to not take this in. I don't know where the idea is coming from. I don't know what idea it is, but there is something about the idea that is bringing this change, this challenge. And in order to overcome the challenge, you don't embrace this idea, whatever it happens to be. Next up, we're going to be moving to the sacral. Now, the sacral is where you change your food into fuel. It is literally what drives these things, right? This is base existence. This is you working towards your base existence. This is you wanting something new, a different job, to create something. This is you feeding that. For you, this is going to be guided by your NI, which is the best possibility or the guidance that you see going forward, but you see it a little bit cloudily. It's a little bit low in your stack. This is the area that deals with gluttony and temperance. So you may be overtaking in some of the carnal things like food, alcohol, other substances, or you're abstaining too much from those things. Life is about the balance. This is telling you that you are currently facing a choice about your job or your home life, right? Pentacles, 2. 2 is about a choice. Pentacles is about body. That is your job, your home that you own or you're renting, the food that you eat, the provision that you have. All of that is Pentacles. You have, you have a choice to make about that. Now, there is some kind of a thing that you're not understanding. You're looking forward and not getting it, right? Something about this challenge that you're currently in that you need to reject this idea. There is a choice to be made in order to bring this into fruition. Now, what is that related to? What can we do? We have the Six of Wands in reverse. This is proceeding forward. This is, you're currently in the situation. There is currently a challenge. You are currently facing it. This is in the future, but not, right? It is in reverse. In reverse means you won't be facing that challenge. If you make the choice, you won't be facing this same challenge. This is going to open up from here, right? This is you overcoming the challenge. This is the challenge overcome or a brand new challenge arising from the new decision. Whenever you start something new, there will be a challenge. It doesn't matter what this something new is. You are not going to be an expert in it. There will be things that you need to learn about it. And so there is some kind of a challenge, right, that you are not quite overcoming. You are not quite getting the growth from. This can represent holding pattern, right? This is what you need to do to feed these things. If there is a choice to be made and you are not quite overcoming the challenge, you're not quite growing in the manner that you need to, you don't quite have the victory yet, right? Maybe that implies that you need to hold off until the challenge or until the decision is made, until this clarity comes in. But we're going to look and see what else we have. Next up, we're going to be dealing with the area of the heart. Now, this is what ties together the as below with the as above trinity in order to manifest what you truly want in your life. The heart is what you really want to do. For you, this is ethics. This is future feelings. You want to feel good in the future. You want other people to feel good in the future. You want the tribe to have all of the good feelings. That is your goal. That's what would really make you feel good, as if everybody else felt great, right? This is the area of greed and charity. Greed is cleaving a little bit to the bottom. Charity is cleaving a little bit to the top. You're supposed to be in the middle. You're supposed to have things, not give all of them away. But you're not supposed to accumulate things just to accumulate things. For you, we have the Five of Swords, which represents a challenge about an idea. I wonder if we've seen that before. Is there a challenge about an idea that we need to reject? Yeah. In order to manifest this current situation is that there is a challenge about an idea in your life. Now, this card, he is in the process of defeating the challenge. His challenges are leaving. He has their swords taken captive. He is overcoming the challenge, but not quite overcome. They are still on the battlefield. There is still a chance for some subterfuge. There is still a chance that things will go awry. This is the card of challenging thoughts. And clarifying with action that you can take is the card of betrayal. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean betrayal, but that is one of the common attributions. This is one of the things that is commonly said about this card. It is being pierced by three swords. That is ideas, right? Swords are ideas. This is also about learning. Sometimes through betrayal, there is learning. You have this in the position next to a challenge. So, to me, that is going to say that there may be a challenge facing you that you have to learn from, right? The active card, the gold cards, the masculine cards are about what you can do about the current situation. The feminine cards. The current situation is there is a challenge. This is about learning about the challenge. Learn about the idea. You might have to reject it. You may not have to reject it. You may have to just clarify it. You may just have to change it. But there is something about this idea that you need to learn because it is a challenge in your life. Next up, we're going to be moving to the throat. The throat is the area about communication. This is about pride and humility. You may be taking too much pride in your work. You may be giving away too much credit when you have things to be prideful about. For you, this is going to be organization. What has happened in the past is what you are going to have trouble sometimes communicating about. For you, what we have today is the Seven of Pentacles. There is a communication that needs to happen about the harvest, right? 7 is the harvest. It is the completion of the first part of the first path. This is the culmination of the physical, right? Well, not really the culmination because the 8 represents, okay, I've got the harvest. Where do I invest that now? This is all of the good things coming in for the first time, right? You have been struggling. There is something here indicating that there is some struggle in your work, right? There is a choice to be made. There is a challenge to be overcome about an idea that you need to possibly reject, dealing with an outcome that never appears because the choice you make, right? This is saying that if you this is currently communicating this harvest coming in, right? He has here in front of him all of the things that he has planted, and they are growing. They are almost to the point where he can take them off of the bush. But there is still some action that needs to be taken. They are not quite complete. And so what actions can be taken? Bringing in the right people maybe, or resisting people. This is the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles is a card of cooperation. You got it in the reverse, however, which means that you may have to go it alone. This is the area of communication. You may be a little bit prideful here. You may be a little bit too humble here. But when this is standing tall, this is the card of apprenticeship. This is about learning the earthly path. The pentacles represent the earthly path. 3 is the card of learning, right? We learn that right there. You are standing on here, right? You are being instructed by one of these people and paid by the other one. Whoever commissioned this artwork, he's one of these people, and the other one is the master that you are apprenticed to. This is about learning a new trade. This is about not understanding, but going through the actual process of learning new things. But you're not doing that, right? If you want this harvest, this is telling you to resist that new thing again, right? Resist this idea. There may be some betrayal behind this misunderstanding or challenge with this idea. There's change that you are resisting here. There's a choice that has to be made, and it deals with this. This is telling you once again, hold off, right? You don't always have to go along with everyone's idea. Sometimes you need to go it alone. And this may be indicating that it is a time to go alone. This is not apprenticeship. This is you learning something on your own, or not learning something that is being presented to you. Next up, we're going to go to the third eye. The third eye is where you envision your future. This is you acting out your future, creating what you want. This is where you envision that. This is where you bring it into being. But this is the area that governs sloth and diligence. Whether you are working towards it with unceasing devotion or you're not working towards it at all, that's this area of responsibility. And for you, this is going to be dealing in large part with what other people think. So somebody else's idea may not be the right one, but you see that as being yours, right? You see that as the way forward. This is telling you not to. This is the Page of Cups in the reverse. Cups is about interpersonal relationships. Once again, this is about how you interact with other people. I say once again, that was the last reason I had all the cups. This is about personal relationships. This is body, spirit. This is water. This is your friendships. This is emotional security. This is the water deals with your emotions and your interpersonal relationships. So it can be a spousal partnership. It can be a business partnership. It can be just a loose association of friends, but it's got to do with emotions. This is about understanding those emotions. The page is about understanding. And once again, you don't have that understanding. There is something about this interpersonal relationship that you are not comprehending to see your way forward. And the action that you can take, right? The action that you can take moving forward in order to bring about what you want is to isolate yourself. Right? Here we have that it may not be an interpersonal relationship, that maybe you need to back away from a learning situation. This is saying the same thing. The hermit is alone. Now, he is prepared to come off of the mountain, but right now, he is on the mountain. He has his light for everyone to see held up high, but you got to look all the way to the top of the mountain to see it. You have to climb all the way up to communicate with him. You've got to go way out of your way to get to the hermit. This is kind of telling you to take on that energy, to isolate yourself a little bit. Maybe you have a tendency, and you probably do, knowing your type, to overcompensate for what other people think, right? This particular area, the third eye, for you is governed by what other people think. And so it's going to be hard for you to not be associated with these people, to isolate yourself even for a little bit. Now, that's going to lead to your betterment. That's going to help you bring forward what you want in your life. Isolate yourself to get understanding. That's going to bring us to the crown. Now, the crown is where you interpret what the divine tells you. I mean, you get the information here, you filter it through all the rest of these from the divine. This is the area of hope and despair. Whether it is hope without any reason or despair without any reason, this is the area of responsibility. And for you, that is going to be future possibilities and foresight. The things that you see coming in from the future is going to cause you, that's where you're going to feel responsible. I see these things as the possibility that can happen. You all should know about it. The current situation for you is the Six of Pentacles. Now, six is about overcoming growth. So you see that you need to overcome this challenge. You can recognize this even if you don't really recognize it on a cognitive level. Your soul does. You are recognizing from the divine right now that there needs to be an overcoming of a challenge. This is on the earthly plane. It is Pentacles. You can see he has a balance. Now, the Five of Pentacles is about deprivation. It is about not having the things that you need in your life. That is the challenge. This is the overcoming of that challenge. You now have the ability to dispense charity, right? That's what's happening here. He has a scale. He is judging on how to judiciously ensure that everybody is getting the correct thing. That is what you want. You want to overcome and to be able to be charitable, to be able to feed into other people's emotions in that way. In order to do so, you're going to have to recognize the possibilities in the correct manner and to overcome the challenges that arise. Now, clarifying that with some action that we can take is change, right? Wands is spirit, fire, light, logos, and change. This is a card signifying quick, rapid change. The 8s represent the new path, right? 7 is the end of the old path. You got all of the harvest right here. Now you need to figure out what to do with it. This is recognizing, hey, there's a path right there. And then you get to choose about it with the next card. But this one right here is recognizing that there is a new path. What you are being told to currently do to change the situation is to recognize that there is a new path. That path probably has you isolating at least for a little while. I never recommend isolating for an extended period of time, but sometimes it is absolutely necessary to separate yourself from other people in order to get yourself collected in the way that you need to. And to reinforce that, we have from the divine feminine, from the divine message, temperance in reverse. Temperance, when it is standing tall, is about balance. It is about everything being equal. She is pouring, this angel here, is pouring from one cup into the other, equalizing, making the balance. She is standing with one foot in the water, one foot on the earth. She has her wings holding her up. There is creatures behind her, and there's a crown back there. This is about judicious application, right? This is resisting temptation. This is a 14 card, so it is a completion, a harvest card. Spirit wants you to harvest, but you're not quite there yet. You're in reverse. That means that there is something out of balance. There is something you're being intemperate about, right? Temperance is about finding the balance and enacting the balance for the harvest. You're not quite there yet. There is something left to balance in your life. It probably has something to do with this interpersonal relationship and this idea that you need to resist. And then finally, with the action that you can take from the divine masculine, hang tight. This is the Page of Cups. Didn't we have the Page of Cups already? Yeah, we did over here. In the reverse. So this is a double Page of Cup reversal. Spiritual, emotional connections, right? To your spouse, your business partner, your friends. And the page is about understanding. There is something that you need to understand. You're not getting it. Whatever it is, you have to take the time, right? This is you do understand. This is you don't. You have all of the information. That would be the 10. There is more to learn. You have the information. You're just not quite putting it into play. There is something about this that you need to balance in your life. If you balance, right, if you take the time to understand whatever this is with this situation, this interpersonal relationship, there is something about this relationship that is not quite right. It can be the idea, it's probably that idea that you need to understand better in order to reject. You need to take the time to understand. You've got the information, you got to put it into play in a balanced way. Your life is not balanced right now. There is something out of balance. You are feeling that effect in your life, probably significantly. You need this balance. This needs to appear in your life. If you like what I'm doing over here, let me know down below. Give me a like, a share, a follow. Throw me a comment. If you agree or disagree with anything that was stated, put it in the box down below. And if it remains respectful, it gets to remain up. If you really like what I'm doing over here, hit me with that super thanks. Consider joining for a membership or picking up a copy of my book where I teach you to do magic responsibly. To the crew, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you are here with me, and I am praying for you every single day. Until next time, I love you. God loves you. You are perfect, whole, and complete, just the way that you are. And this has been Pit Steak. Peace.